What are you doing, YouTube?
Ooh,
Hey everyone, it's Ryan Liberty, and as you know, this channel is all about humanizing mental health, so you can imagine my concern when going through social media today. I saw that YouTube was restricting content from LGBTQ plus people. These are my people, I'm gay. So I was like, what the heck is this? YouTube isn't normally anti-gay, they're not anti-LGBTQ plus, they've always been inclusive. What's going on? So it seems that a bunch of YouTube creators have figured out that this new restricted mode that YouTube has been filtering out their content, and it's not just content that's sexualized or graphic in nature. It could just be that they use the word gay, lesbian, transgender, bisexual, anything like that in their videos, and they're being filtered out under this restricted mode. And now the purpose of restricted mode is to allow people to filter content that they don't want to see because it's either triggering for them in some way, or maybe they have children, it's not appropriate for them to see. So restricted mode allows those people to restrict what will be seen, and they can also restrict and lock it down for the entire browser, effectively shutting down a household from being able to see things. Now, this is concerning to people who are LGBTQ+, because many of us have not had the exposure to other people within our own community. We feel very isolated, especially in school settings, and we've used YouTube as a way to learn about other people that are LGBTQ+, and learn about our own culture and who we are. So shutting that down is very upsetting, and it can cause a lot of distress within this community. So the good thing is that YouTube has recognized this because people are speaking out. So thank you to everybody who's been speaking out about this. And YouTube has said that they are working to correct the problem, and I have every faith that YouTube will correct the problem. In the past, they've had some things spring up, and I know that there's still some concerns out there about YouTube, but as a whole, I believe that YouTube does support LGBTQ plus people, and I believe that they will fix this. But I wanted to take this opportunity while we're here and while I have your attention to talk about some mental health issues when it comes to LGBTQ plus people, because you may not realize that they have unique issues. And so what I did was I just quickly pulled up the National Alliance for Mental Illness, NAMI, website, and they have a page here on LGBTQ plus people. I just wanted to read some statistics to you to give you maybe a greater understanding of why this could be a concern to people in this community. So first of all, a big statistic that shocked me the first time that I heard about it, and it still bothers me very greatly today, is that LGBTQ plus people are almost 3 times more likely than straight people to have a mental illness, and that's sad, and that's something we need to work on. So I brought it to your attention. If you're in this community, if you're an ally in some way, be aware of that. Maybe be a little bit more compassionate around people who are LGBTQ+, and understand why something like restricting content could affect that community. Also, what else do we have here? LGBTQ plus people aged 10 to 24. Suicide is one of the leading causes of death. You've seen this throughout the years here, where we've had people on YouTube who have identified as LGBTQ plus and talked about their stories, and unfortunately were not able to overcome those feelings of suicide. So we need to hear those stories. We need to have a voice, and YouTube gives us a voice, and I'm grateful for that voice. And I would like for that voice to be heard by other people who may be in situations where they don't have access to the resources that I'm lucky enough to have, and maybe you're lucky enough to have. So let's have YouTube be inclusive and allow other people to see that. What else do we have here? LGBTQ youth are 4 times more likely, and questioning youth are 3 times more likely to attempt suicide, experience suicidal thoughts, or engage in self-harm than straight people. Between 38 to 65% of transgender people experience suicidal ideation. Also, an estimated 20 to 30% of LGBTQ people abuse substances, compared to about 9% of the general population. And I think this speaks to the fact that in general, as a whole, LGBTQ plus people face greater issues than our straight counterparts. So again, I have every belief, and I wholeheartely feel that YouTube will rectify this situation, and I hope that they move in on this quickly and they don't let this fester, and they because there are thousands and thousands of people, potentially millions out there, who are missing out on what they may need to hear today. You know, somebody could be in a household today sitting there thinking about how hard their life is. It's upsetting, and we don't know if they had access to a video that could have changed their life. I've heard many stories of people who one little thing changed their life. I know YouTube videos have changed my life, so I have every belief that YouTube will fix this, but I hope that they move on it quickly. I hope that this has given you a little peek into the LGBTQ plus world. If you're not a part of that world, if you are a part of that world, I think it's good to be aware that we face additional mental health issues that other people do not face, and it would be good if we all understand that and acknowledge it, and we work hard to start eliminating it so that we all have the same access to resources and we all live healthy mental lives. So thank you for joining me here to discuss this. YouTube, we're watching. Get on it.